Hi Pidgeys, please ignore the sound in the background. I have a cat right behind the camera and she's actually being remotely quiet at the moment, so I'm just going to crack on. So this is a good question, which is about moving nests and will it cause the parents to abandon the eggs or the baby? And the answer is most likely. I have managed to move nests within a couple of inches to one side or another on a flat shelf, but when I've attempted to move a nest to the shelf below, the birds have refused to go back on it until I've put it back where it was, and then they've gone and sat back on the baby again. So this is a risky run. I do get why you're asking, and I'm not going to basically dismiss this as an irrational fear, because it happened to me. It happened to me on the first ever baby that we had. And I suspect what had happened is when the baby first hatched and was still sticky and hadn't dried yet, the parents sat on it, and as such, the baby got stuck here on the chest feathers of the bird. And then when the bird left the nesting area, the baby dropped off. Thankfully, it was onto some grass, and I actually found the baby quite quickly. So I was able to return it to the nest and everything was fine. But it can happen, and it did happen to me, which has now given me a fear of this happening again. So I do get your concerns. What I've done now is, as well as try to prevent them from nesting up in the dovecot anyway, for the two that refuse point blank to lay anywhere else, I have actually put some little wooden beams around the bottom of the doorway so that hopefully we don't end up with any eggs or babies on the floor. Because again, it has happened where, because pigeons are pretty crap at building nests, they tend to knock their eggs around, and as such I have found multiple eggs on the floor. Again, was able to return them to the nesting area because thankfully it was on grass, but still, if that had been concrete, it could have been a whole different story. So rather than trying to move the nest, see if you can secure it, because even if you move the nest with the parents, the chances are they're going to leave the nest. I had some that I bought from Essex, 2 parents, 2 babies, kept them in a cage. They wouldn't feed the babies once I'd removed them from that area. So yeah, if you can, try and make the area more baby proof rather than moving the nest. The next issue will come when the baby starts to get to the point of learning to fly, but that's a whole other story, and I will cover that in another video because I'm not going to get time to cover that in this one with how many seconds are left on the clock. So hope that helps for this one, and I'll catch up with you on the next one.